Target has been struggling over the last 2 years in terms of its stock price. So if we really look and evaluate the company in the retail space, they've had some struggles after COVID and all the things that have been going on. There's have been some issues with underlying on that stock. And looking at the chart here, I want to show you the last 2 years, this stock has been trending to the downside. Now, in today's action, we are actually up about 18%. So that's fantastic and phenomenal for the company. If we go in and just look at some of the movements going on within Walmart, Amazon, Costco, and Target, you can see Target is doing quite well, and that is because we've just recently had these earnings. Now, these earnings, as far as the report goes, if we take a look at the earnings on its own weren't really anything amazing, and they weren't anything crazy. You can see that the estimated was 1.476, but the actual was 2.1. So it was a beat, and it did go higher, but it wasn't a blowout thing, and they still have some concerns coming up in the future. So if we're looking at some of the news reports here going on, you can see it even made the Yahoo Finance homepage. It surges after clobbering muted estimates. So yeah, it did well, but what you normally want to see is time and time again, quarter after quarter, for it to continue to win. So the question is will next quarter also do quite well? Because when you look at the retail space, they make a lot of their money and income here between that Thanksgiving, Christmas timeframe in this fourth quarter that we come up to. So as we start looking at these stock price here, over the last 5 years, I mean, this stock has been going down over these last couple of years, and you look at the last year, we're down almost 27%. So the stock has had quite a bit of trouble trying to get things in order. If you check out some of these articles, you'll notice a lot of the other little details, but to me, what matters is more along the lines of the actual stock movement and the behavior. So what I want to usually see is follow through coming in after this day, because if you have something like this that pops over a course of a multi-year movement, and you have this big pop, what you'll want to know is, can we sustain it, or are we going to come in and fill this gap? Because now you've got this big movement of almost 17% higher, and if you start selling back off to fill this gap, that could be a big issue. I think to some degree, some of this was short sellers caught on the side of the wrong side, looking to say, okay, well, now we have to get out of the position. So it also drove the stock price a little higher, because the stock was trending down for quite a while. It could be something like, the JC Penney model or the Dillard's or even the Sears, where, hey, is it really turning over? Because Target used to be, in the eyes of the consumer, quite a big, way above kind of Walmart. In fact, some people always used to call it Target. So when we look at the stock price here, we've had a nice sideways consolidation pattern, and we got a nice breakout. The big question is, will we come back on this $18? I don't know. Time will tell. It's still just the first day, but it is doing fantastic, and the movement is quite good. And what we want to see is follow through. So now what you have to do is back up and look at the longer term on this company and see if this is now creating a bottoming effect around this $100 price level. The $100 is an interesting point as well, because you also have that psychological round number concept behind it, because now when you go into the $100, there's a lot of people that are willing to pick up that stock at that $100 level. Looking at the resistance, you're still kind of in that resistance zone on that descending trend line. So I'd still be careful, and that is on the longer term. So I wouldn't jump in or hop into it too quickly, but instead kind of wait for it to break through. If you are a little more aggressive, you could get in it earlier. You could do that. But remember, it's something that we want to be careful of, is that gap, because that gap could be a little bit of an issue. So be patient and wait, have a plan in mind, and be mindful. So today, it's good news. It's celebration for Target, but we'll see what happens over the next course of 3 to 5 days. That will tell you if more buyers are coming in, we're digesting the move, or if we're pulling back to fill the gap. And after that, you might want to start doing something with it if it matches your criteria. Anyways, hope that helps, gives you a little insight. Truly appreciate all the fellowship and the comments that you guys write in. It's always very nice of you. And, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you maybe in the next video. Take care.